Oh, dear God. Dude, don't bring it back. What are you doing, Sharky? 1-800-449-8255. When I die, God, please forgive me. Dude, don't send me there where that is. God's like, Sharky, you do bad things. I'm like, God, I don't care. Don't send me to. I'm not even gonna say the word. I don't like to say the word HE double hockey stick. So I'll leave it at that. Right here on the Shark-a-Doodle-Doo, Clark the Shark Show from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkraphone. It's never a microphone. Good morning, everybody, here on fabulous Saturday. I think it's September 22. You guys. I even work Saturdays, and you guys, I'm about to blow your minds. I received an email from not one, but like 3 radio stations around America. And they're like, we never heard nothing like Shark-a-Doodle-Doo. You are amazing, Shark. And I'm like, you guys, I get this all the time. And they're like, I tell you what, Sharky, you come to our radio, you move here, pack up all your stuff in U-Haul, move to Detroit or San Francisco or Seattle or Idaho, and we'll put you on at 3 a.m. for 2 hours with no pay. I'm like, oh, cool, you guys. No pay for Sharky. They're like, well, because you're so good, you got to work your way up, Sharky. But you're really going to be on the radio. And I'm like, no, really, you guys, really? I'm going to be on the radio. Like, no, they're like, no, Sharky. And they're like, by the way, Sharky, you got to quit swearing all the profanity. See if you can do a whole entire show clean. No curse words, no swearing, nothing. And I'm like, you guys, if this is on my screen, VP Harris, I might drop not just a F-bomb, but like the S-bomb, the GD bomb, dude. And they're like, try to maintain, Sharky. Come on. It's like, go to AA for swearing. Go to NA for cursing. Think like God is watching you, Sharky. I'm like, even God would want me to curse at that, though, you guys. And they're like, well, come on, Sharky, you got to fight it. You got to fight the urge at 1-800-449-8255, Sharky. You got to clean up your show if you want to be on the radio on I'm not going to say the radio's names, you guys. There's actually 4 of them in all different cities. Cumulus, I'll tell you this much, you guys. Cumulus is the mothership to, I think, 3 of them. One of them's not with Cumulus. It's just some dude that's like, dude, you are far out funky, fresh, Sharky. You're like a breath of fresh air in a room full of farts, Sharky. And I'm like, well, when I'm looking at VP Harris, I'm like, dude, getting ready to curse and be profane here in a minute, you guys. And they're like, don't do it, Sharky. You got to keep it clean if you want to be on the FM, AM radio. You want to be up there with the big boys, Sharky. And I'm like, you guys, I'm already dominating them. If YouTube didn't delete my views and if YouTube didn't ban my channel, and dude, I'd be like, I could get this radio show really big if I wanted to, you guys. I could circumvent YouTube and I could do it on Vimeo. I know a way, you guys. YouTube, you too. I know the way. And they're like, don't do that, Sharky. You got to go with the pecking order. Be on YouTube. I'm like, no, F YouTube. There, you guys, I didn't do it. I didn't drop an F-bomb. I just said F YouTube. And they're like, that's all right, Sharky. You're keeping it clean at 1-800-449-8255. I'm like, yeah, that's right. The Wolfman Jack on crack. Shark-a-Doodle-Doo, Clark the Shark Show, right here on K-Shark. I'm not on a real official radio yet, you guys. I'm on KSHRK, K-Shark. They're like, Sharky, there ain't no such thing as K-Shark. I'm like, oh yeah, there is, you guys, right here on the Sharkadoodle-Doo Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkraphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's a Sharkraphone. Gold-plated, made by God. I'm not going to say Jesus anymore, because they're like, don't invoke religion, Sharky, and I'm like, man, I can't even say Jesus. And they're like, no, Shark, because you're offending Trump voters or maybe even liberal Christians. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm offending both Trump voters and liberals? They're like, yeah, VP Harris would never say Jesus, Sharky, on her show. Don't you know that, Sharky? And I'm like, well, yeah, man, like, I don't want to offend VP Harris. I mean, she's only like the worst VP in the history of mankind. And they're like, womankind, Sharky. It's Kamala, not Kamala. You got to get it right on 1-800-449-8255 Sharkadoodle-Doo Show. I'm just warming up here on a Saturday, you guys. Saturday morning, where all these radios are emailing me from Cumulus and all these other places, and they're like, we like your show, Sharky. If you could just get rid of that profanity, we might just offer you a real job, but there's no pay. You're just going to work for free at from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the dark. No one's going to listen to you. It's just going to be the Shark Show, 3 a.m. Better yet, how about 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. No pay. You're just like an intern, Sharky, working for free in the dark of the night. You're up anyway, Sharky, in the dark of night. What do you care? VP Harris is like, Sharky, you should take the gig. Like, oh my God, Sharky. Like, look at me. I've done many gigs to get where I am. I'm like, well, those are like X-rated gigs, VP Harris. Sharky don't do those. She's like, what are you implying, Sharky? I'm like, that one guy, like, that black guy, politician in California, weren't you like with him? She's like, no, that was just something Trump voters like January 6th made up. I'm like, I don't know about that, VP Harris. I heard that's true. Weren't you with like Montel Jordan, Montel Jackson, Montel Moulton, Montel Jordison? She's like, no, Sharky. I was with no Montel either. I'm like, I don't know. You just look like the type of girl that, I mean, you just got that look about you, VP Harris. And she's like, I do not, Sharky. I'm clean as the driven snow. I'm perfectly, made this position here as VP, your VP, Sharky. So you should honor me and be, have some dignity, have some class when I'm on your screen, Sharky. I'm like, well, all right, VP Harris. I mean, I'm not saying, I didn't even say anything bad about you. You're the one saying it. She's like, well, I know what you're going to say, Sharky. In fact, we liberals know what you're thinking. And that's why we sue you, because you're not allowed to think that, Sharky. Like, oh my God, gag me with a spoon. You can't think, Shark, what we don't want you to think. I'm all right. I won't think it then, VP Harris. I'll just sit here like a piece of meat at Vons or Stater Brothers, like sharks on sale for $6.99, just a piece of beef. I'm just sitting here. I won't even think. And she's like, good. That's kind of like me, VP Harris. Anyone who wants to buy me, they can do it. Like, I'm like, what? You just said it's a family show, VP Harris. We're keeping it clean, no profanity, not talking about any X-rated stuff here. And you're like saying like, oh my God, like, you give me the money, you take me out on a date, you do anything, I'll do it. Like I got in this position. You've been in a few positions in your day, Kamala. I heard, she's like, now you're swearing, Shark. I'm like, I didn't say any profanity. I'm just saying the word position. And she's like, well, you're implying something. I'm like, no, I'm not. What? Dude, I'm not implying anything about you. She's like, oh my God, you're saying like I'm kind of like Taylor Swift and I have a lot of boyfriends and I can't make a commitment. I don't have a relationship with anyone. I'm all, you got your husband right now in the White House, like you're the VP. That guy you're married to. She's like, well, we're not really married. It's kind of like Michelle and Barack. I'm like, well, dude, what? I didn't say that. You said that. She's like, well, that's what people say, but I love my husband. I swear, Sharky. And I'm like, VP Harris, you love him more than Montel? Or like that guy. What was that guy's name? I don't even remember the guy, the politician in California that you dated. She's like, I would never dated him. I was just like his like harem or like mistress. I'm like, wait, what? Dude, I didn't say that. You said that, Kamala. She's like, I was like, you know, the people that come to the Middle East where you have a guy from UAE or like Saudi Arabia and he moves here and he has 6 wives and they all live together in like Los Angeles or Redondo Beach or Carlsbad or Detroit or, you know, like Coffeeville or Seattle. I'm like, yeah, I know those. Like the guys from India, they have the caste system, and a guy gets like 8 wives, and then he moves to Irvine, and he's a software engineer, and a guy lives with 8. You go to a house, and there's a dude from the Middle East or India or somewhere like Thailand, and he's got 8 wives all living with him. It's not human trafficking or anything, VP Harris. It's just, she's like, well, that's a harem. That's other countries' culture, Sharky. And I'm like, yeah, it's like it's not a mistress or a harem. It's just like one guy from Jordan or Syria or Morocco or Tunisia or Egypt or Lebanon with 8 wives, and they live in San Francisco, and the guy has 8 girlfriends or 8 wives. And Kamala Harris is like, yeah, well, I was sort of like that, but I wasn't like married to him. And I said, I didn't say you were married to him. I said you were boning some dude in the California legislature or like the district attorney, or I don't know what he was, like a state senator. And she's like, I wasn't doing that. I'm like, well, you're doing something like that. You're with Willie Brown. That's the guy, dude. Willie Brown. She's like, I was never with him. There was no relationship. I'm like, well, it was either him or Montel Jordan, Montel Jackson, or Montel Moulton, or Montel Johnson. And she's like, no, I wasn't with him either. Those are like, that you just heard on like, that was a lie. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was, all right, whatever. 1-800-449-8255. Maybe it's just conjecture, you know, kind of like Democrats do with unnamed sources, like hearsay, you know, like who knows? And she's like, yeah, that's what it was, Sharky. I earned this position as VP legit, proper, and ethically. I'm like, all right, you're pure as the driven snow, Kamala. And I didn't call you Kamala. I called you Kamala. She's like, thank you, Sharky. You're finally getting it right. And I'm like, by the way, Kamala, you suck as VP, though. And so does Joe, your president. Can I say that? And she's like, you can say that, Sharky. That might even be true, but that's mean to say that. I'm like, but you guys always say Trump sucks. And, you know, Adam Schiff is always saying how he hates Trump. And, you know, like Pelosi hates Trump and rips up his papers. And she's like, that's because Trump's orange and he's gross and like he's mean like you, Sharky. He's antisocial. He doesn't have a lot of friends. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you have a lot of friends, Kamala. Maybe you don't. Maybe just Willie Brown and Montel, whatever his name is. Maybe like a couple of guys like that are your friends. And she's like, well, I have my husband, Sharky. You know, the guy I never have sex with him ever. I'm like, well, don't worry about that, V. That's just America, VP Harris. I mean, that's just everybody. And she's like, good. I just want to know, I want you to know that I'm with the people. I'm ethical. I'm transparent. I'm amazing, Shark. I'm your VP. Now I'm like, all right. I'm on board, VP Harris. You're married. You're in the White House. You're an American. You're with a guy. It's a fake marriage. You know, it's about as real as like J-Lo marriages. She's like, yes, Sharky. I'm transparent. I'm phony. I'm fake. The economy is horrible. Rent is $4,000 a month. There's even homeless immigrants. It's so bad now. Even immigrants can't get Section 8, and they're sleeping in the street. A matter of fact, Sharky, even Mexicans are sleeping in the street now. because we don't have room for 8 of them to live in an apartment anymore, Shark. Even like everyone's in the street, even you, Shark, at 1-800-449-8255 on the fabulous I love your show, Shark. It's so beautiful. Even I, KAMALA, I love your radio show. I can see why Cumulus and all these radios want to have you because you're beautiful, Shark. What are you doing Monday night? I'm like, what, VP Harris? She's like, what are you doing? Are you available Monday at 9 p.m.? I'm like, KAMALA, keep it clean. This is Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. I don't stoop so low, KAMALA. She's like, Shark, just you and me. Think about it. Just you and me. No one will find out. You and me, Sharky. I'm like, you think so, KAMALA? You and Clark the Shark? She's like, yes, I'll meet you at a motel and we'll talk about marketing and strategy, web traffic, SEO, and politics. But we won't do anything dirty, I promise. I'm like, really, KAMALA? We'll meet at a motel, kind of like Jake or Elwood Blues with like Twiggy, like just you and me. She's like, yes, Sharky. I'm actually sick of my husband and I hate him. And I've decided I love you, Sharky. I don't really love you in a dirty way. It's clean. It's nonpartisan. It's non-political. It's loving. I'm like, I'm starting to get turned on by you, Kamala or KAMALA or whatever your name is. I like you, kind of. Me, Sharky, 1-800-449-8255 and the golden, fabulous EIB Sharkraphone. And she's like, think of it, Sharky. You'll never be banned again on any social medias. I'm going to make it so YouTube doesn't delete you and that they love you and that all your views will be real, even your fake views that you buy with robots. And you and me will intermingle, Sharky. And I'm like, well, KAMALA, I got something to announce right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I actually have 2 new Twitter accounts on Elon Musk's Twitter, not the Jack Dorsey old Twitter, the new ones. I started 2 new Twitter accounts, and they were both banned by the so-called conservative Elon Musk. She's like, I can move needles, Sharky. I can move mountains, sort of like when you were born. I can do things. I can talk to people, and I'll make sure none of your social media accounts like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or any of them will ever be banned and deleted again as long as you and me meet up, Sharky. And I'm like, I don't know, KAMALA, about you and me, because liberals ban liberals anyway. She's like, it doesn't matter because I'll never ban or delete you. And you and me, you'll be like my new Willie Brown, Sharky. And I'm like, really, KAMALA? You and me? Me? I'll man up like Willie Brown? She's like, yes, Sharky. Forever, you and me. It'll be secret. We'll just be you and me at a motel. We won't do anything bad. Our clothes will stay on. I promise. And I'm like, I don't know, KAMALA. I kind of like want our clothes to come off, you and me. She's like, no, Sharky, it's not going to get like X-rated or any of that. And I'm like, well, the deal's off then, KAMALA, because like I don't want to just be your friend, and you're going to keep me from getting banned and deleted by the liberals or Elon Musk. And by the way, KAMALA, why would Elon Musk ban me, Clark the Shark? I don't see anything bad about like Republicans. And she's like, yes, you do, Shark. You say bad things about everyone because no one loves you, but I love you. And I'm like, really, KAMALA? You care about me. Finally, I found someone who loves me. And she's like, of course, you and me, Sharky, forever together. I'm like, well, gosh, man, finally someone loves me. I've been searching for 58 years, KAMALA. And she's like, it's clean, Sharky, too. It's clean love. Our clothes will stay on. I might even hug you. I'm like, that would be getting a hug from KAMALA. Gosh, I'm feeling all weird and clammy now, KAMALA. You're even bringing like a tear to my eye, making me shed a tear, like cry a little. She's like, well, think about it. It's real love. You and me, it's non-sexual. It's you and me hugging each other at a motel, kind of like Twiggy with Jake or Twiggy with Elwood, or even cleaner than that. We'll just meet in the parking lot, you and me, and Willie will be there. I'm like, Willie? What? Dude, the deal's all Willie? What do you mean? She's like, sorry, Sharky. I'm just using you. You're going to lure Willie to the motel for me and Willie. I'm like, well, my middle name's William, Clark William Higgins. Kamala, don't I count as Willie? She's like, no, Clark the Shark, you don't. You don't even matter to people. People hate you. You're antisocial and you're mean. And anyway, even if you were tall and good looking, we would still hate you because you're a Republican or you're conservative and you go to church or you believe in God or Jesus. And I'm like, Kamala, I don't even know if I really believe in God or Jesus. I mean, I do believe in God. And she's like, well, that's noble of you, Sharky, to believe in God, but you really should believe in Jesus like I do, me, Kamala. And I'm like, if you believe in Jesus, how come you're with Willie? Or like, you fantasize about other men and you don't even have sex with that husband in the White House of yours. And she's like, I didn't say that, Sharky. You're just thinking that. And I'm like, I'm like, Kamala, I've heard things like you're never even with that guy. Like you just use that guy to get into the White House kind of thing. And she's like, no, I didn't. I love him. I swear, Sharky, I love him and I love you. And I'm like, wait, now it's getting weird, Kamala. You're telling me you love me on the Clark the Shark show. I just got banned by Twitter. Elon Musk don't even love me. And you're telling me you love me? She's like, forget Elon Musk. He's nothing to you. I mean everything to you, Shark. I'm like, how do I know if I trust you, Kamala, that I still won't get banned, deleted, no one will like me? And she's like, trust me, everyone will love you, Shark, because you'll be with Kamala, me. It'll be like Camelot, like JFK and Jackie. Oh, you and me, Shark, together forever. And I'm like, that's so beautiful, Kamala. You and me, like Camelot. Me and Kamala, me, Clark the Shark. I'm feeling proud now. I'm an American. I'm with the VP, her and me at a motel. It's clean. No one's there, not Willie, not Montel. None of them are there. It's just me and Kamala, and we're keeping it clean. We don't swear. Oh God, no, not her, dude. Don't invite her. Just me and Kamala. Let's keep it clean. Here on AOL, the thing keeps moving, Kamala. I gotta fix a setting so it doesn't move. And she's like, Sharky, you've got to learn to move it. You've got to learn to get out there and move the world like I do for women. And I'm like, I like to move women. Mainly on those channels like Pornhub, Now keep it clean, Sharky. I'm like, when you go to, I'm really thinking of women's movement now, Kamala, but you're making me do it. At 1-800-449-8255, you're getting me all fired up. Not like Elon Musk. He banned me on Twitter. He's supposed to be a Republican. He's in Texas, and he still banned me, Clark the Shark. And she's like, I can move things, Shark. I can make phone calls. I can make arrangements. I can get you back on Twitter. And you don't even have to do anything bad with me. And I'm like, I want to do something bad with you, Kamala, you and me in a motel. No Oprah, no Montel, no, none of them. Just you and me together. And I don't want our clothes on. And she's like, Shark, the clothes must remain on. And I'm like, damn, I just woke up from a dream I was having. Like, I was with Kamala. And the FBI's like, now that's enough of you, Shark. Now you get no internet because you're talking all this salacious stuff about Kamala. And I'm like, well, you guys, who wouldn't talk about Kamala? They're like, we're kicking you off. You're off the internet, Sharky, because it's getting gross now. All these fantasies you have about Kamala right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Like, how dare you? How dare you? I'm just going to go back to the topics then, you guys. Shark mail an email to himself. All the topics are on the table, September 22. Twitter bans 2 new Shark accounts. There's just 1, 2. 2 is left blank. Clark the Shark Show, Why would Twitter ban Shark? 2 accounts. And Kamala's like, don't worry, Shark. You can email yourself all the topics for KSFO radio or all these Cumulus radios that want you and they love you, but you got to keep it clean and stop swearing and stop fantasizing about Kamala. And I'm all, I can't help it. I have a crush on Kamala, Cantaloupe, whatever her name is. I love her, you guys. I have secret crushes. Just because I'm a Republican or a conservative, I still get these weird feelings like Nilsson, like joy. Feel all weird inside, you guys, when I think of Kamala at 1-800-449-8255. And they're like, Sharky, you got to keep it down, boy. Keep that thing in your pants down. I'm like, no way. I'm going to be free. I'm going to let my inhibitions run wild like Rod Stewart. I'm like, tonight's the night. It's going to be all right. Because tonight me and Kamala are getting it on. Tonight with Sharky. Do. Kick off your shoes, Kamala. Sit right down. Do. Pour a drink of champagne with Sharky around. And she's like, no, I want Willie, not you, Sharky. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it was all just a bad dream. At 1-800-449-8255. And that's why we banned and deleted you on Twitter, Sharky, because you're always a bad boy fantasizing. You never do the real thing, Sharky. You just don't get out there and move and shake and make real needles move. At 1-800-449-8255. And I'm like, well, we got lots of homeless, like slamming needles that the Democrats bring here to, like, vote absentee, like mail-in ballot envelopes, like vote for Democrat. They're moving a few needles. They're like, Sharky, you know what we mean. You don't get out there. You just you don't even exist. You're not real. You just stay in all day. And that's why Elon Musk banned you on Twitter, Sharky, because liberals ban liberals. If a liberal don't agree enough with liberal, or Republicans will even ban Republicans or delete Republicans. They're like, Sharky, don't you think Mitt Romney would have banned you by now? Don't you think like Liz Cheney would have banned you by now, Sharky? Because you don't agree with Liz Cheney. And I'm like, wait a minute, you mean we got this on the right too? They're like, yeah, Sharky, if you don't agree with Hannity, he'll ban you. I'm like, no, Hannity would never ban me. They're like, sure, Sharky. I'm like Mark Levin or Hannity. Those guys would only ban me if I swore, used curse words or profanity. They're like, no, Sharky. Republicans and conservatives will ban you just for disagreeing with them. And I'm like, really? Dude, Sharky, I would never ban anyone like Twitter, like Elon Musk is banning people. He thinks he's banning liberals. Like Elon Musk thinks he's being cute and clever, like Sharky's a liberal. And Kamala's like, you are liberal, Sharky. Deep inside, you're one of us. And that's why I want to be with you. And I'm like, Kamala, there's still a chance. I thought you said Montel or Willie or like those guys are better than Shark because they're bigger down low. And she's like, no, your heart is bigger and your brain is bigger, Sharky. You're bigger to me. Kamala, you mean more to me than Willie will ever mean. You mean more to me than Montel or all those other boys or guys in the harem. I'm like, wait a minute, Kamala, you got a guy harem? She's like, yes, Sharky, of course. I'm a liberal girl. We have 5 boyfriends. I'm like, wait a minute, Kamala, that's sexist. You can't have 5. That's guys that have 5 girlfriends from Middle East, like Saudi Arabia and Dubai and UAE and Jordan and Syria and Morocco and Tunisia. It would be Spain if like they would have won that war. And Kamala's like, Sharky, with liberal women, we can be like Taylor Swift and date 50 men and not only date them, but we keep them. I'm like, really, Kamala? Will you keep me, Clark the Shark, on the Clark the Shark show? Will you just keep me as a fantasy, like a cute little cuddly 5'6" guy? There are some girls that have liked me, Kamala. Like girls that are even tall, like 6'1", like blondes, and they're like, I'm just going to use Sharky as a you know what, just to make him feel good. I'm going to keep it clean, you guys, but there's been a few girls that have used me. I'm not going to say for what, you guys, but I'm going to keep it clean. No profanity, no sick fantasies about Kamala or any of that. And these girls are like girls back in Redondo or Torrance. They're like, I've used Clark the Shark a few times. And another girl's like, I have too. Shark's all right. He's kind of a nerdy douchebag, but I mean, he's good for a lot. And the girl's like, oh yeah, Shark's good. He likes to do all these weird things to you. Sharky. Like the girls in the South Bay or Santa Monica are like, we don't like Shark. We don't want to commit to him, but he's good at let's keep it clean, you girls. Don't tell them what I'm good at. They're like, well, Shark, it's so good. That's why Kamala even wants you. I'm like, really? I'm that good? They're like, Shark, you really are. You need to feel confidence, Sharky. Just because Twitter banned you, just because Elon Musk thinks you're a liberal and he banned you because he's trying to be cute and clever and ban all the liberals like you, Sharky. I'm like, I ain't no liberal. I don't know why Elon Musk would ban me. And they're like, well, maybe you're not Republican enough. I'm like, you think that was why? You think that's why he banned me, girls? They're like, but don't worry, Sharky, because you're good at you know what. Like, I'm like, what? Like porn type stuff? Like when I watch porn, I'm good. That's all I'm good for, girls. And they're like, well, we didn't say that. We said like you have a good heart. Well, that's what Kamala said about me too. Like, you guys don't think I have a good brain? Like I'm smart? They're like, you're not really smart, Shark. You're only 5'6". I'm like, well, dude, look at Stephen Hawking. He was like in a wheelchair. I know a guy down in San Diego was a pool guy. He was only like 5'5", and he had all these girls. And they're like, Shark, the relationships probably didn't work out because he was mean or something. He had little man syndrome. I'm like, well, but still, he's good at like, you know what, like me, Clark the Shark. They're like, yeah, keep holding on to that, Shark. You're not very smart, but you're good at that. At 1-800-449-8255. And that's why Kamala even likes you. All the topics are on the table, but right now we're just talking about one that starts with S and ends with X. And Sharky's really good at it. Like, there are these girls in the South Bay, they're like, Sharky's good at that. Like, I've been with Shark, and another girl's like, I've been with Shark. He's really aggressive. It's almost like I'm not going to say the R word, but I like it. Another girl's like, I like cheese. Okay, we'll just take out X. We'll take out that word and say cheese. And they'll be like, Sharky's really good at cheese. He's like extra cheese piled on top. And like now there's 5 girls in the South Bay, like Redondo, Torrance, Gardena. There's even Mexican girls and girls from Hermosa. And they're like, Shark is really good at cheese. We'll agree with that. He's great. Like, he gets you to do things you don't even want to do. And then you end up doing them and you like it because like it's Shark. And the other girl's like, yeah, he's 5'6". He's kind of a loser though. And they're like, I know. He's not very smart, but he's really good at cheese. And Kamala's like, stop it, girls. Stop it. Stop talking about Shark like that. I love Shark because he is smart. He is intelligent, and you girls need to stop that. And Taylor Swift's like, I even like Shark. At 1-800-449-8255, I would get with Shark. Taylor Swift's like, I'd even bang Shark. So what do you girls think about that? And they're like, Taylor, don't swear. Don't curse on the Clark the Shark show at 1-800-449-8255. And I'm all you girls are disgusting. Look at you. You're all talking about me like I'm good at like cheese. You won't even talk about me like I'm smart or intelligent. All you keep saying I'm 5'6". What does 5'6" have to do with anything? And they're like, Shark, we're just keeping it real. We're being honest about you. And Kamala's like, yeah, we're just being honest about you. And Taylor Swift's like, yeah, Shark, we're all being honest about you. So I'm like, you liberal girls really just care about a guy's thing. All you are is like Republican girls. In the end, that's all you are. You're like Fox News blonde bombshells. Like the 5 chicks on Fox, all they care about is the size of a guy's you know what. That's what you girls really, it comes down to. That's why you would like Shark. I'm not even that big down there. But apparently you girls like the way I do it or something. And they're like, yeah, we like the way you do it, but we don't want to commit to you. Kind of like Taylor Swift and Kamala. And these girls in Torrance are like, yeah, we like that. We like that thing you do, Shark. That thing? What? Now you're like saying I'm like Joe Biden? Like, I do that thing? At 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. It's getting carried away here. All these girls just talking salacious about Shark. KAMALA, Taylor Swift are talking about Shark. At 1-800-449-8255, they just love me for cheese. They don't even love me for my brain or my mind or my poems or my songs or anything like that. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. And frankly, me, Clark the Shark, I am insulted at these sexist liberals because they claim they want a man for his mind. But in the end, they're like KAMALA, and all they care about is what, like Clark the Shark, like doing bad things to them. Or Taylor at 1-800-449-8255. And I'm like, fine. You girls can have your sick fantasy about me, Clark the Shark. I don't care. Go ahead and think all these weird, gross things about Clark the Shark. But damn it, I'm smart, you guys. I got a brain. I can write poems. I can write full paragraphs and sentences right here on the Clark the Shark Show. 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. It's a solid gold. It's not gold plated, you guys. It's a real solid gold microphone, damn it. That's because I speak into it. Clark the Shark. 1-800-449-8255. And you guys are starting to make me, I'm either getting mad or I'm going to cry. I don't know what. But how dare you talk about Clark the Shark like I'm only good for one thing. Girls are like, well, Shark, you should hold on to that. I'm like, no, I want to be smart like Gavin Newsom or like Adam Schiff, and I can go after Trump. I want to be dignified like Nancy Pelosi. And they're like, don't worry, Shark. Nancy she doesn't do that thing like you do. I'm like, she probably does at 1-800-449-8255. But you guys don't go there. Don't get Nancy thinking about me in that salacious way, because that'll gross me out right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And 1-800-449-8255. And KAMALA's like, too late. And we all love you, Sharky, because you do that thing really kinky. I'm like, you girls, stop it. It's a clean show. KSFO said I can't use profanity, you guys. And Elon Musk has already banned me at Twitter. I had 2 new accounts in September 2023 or August 2023. Right now, I'm not talking about Jack Dorsey or the old Twitter. I'm talking the new Twitter. Elon Musk, he bans liberals. I'm like, don't ban liberals, Elon. Let liberals talk too. I want liberals to talk, but I want to talk too. Me, Clark the Shark, at 1-800-449-8255. And Elon's like, no, you're not intelligent enough, Sharky. I'm like, what? I got Kamala Harris here saying I'm intelligent, Elon. He's like, no, she's talking about that other thing you do, Sharky. I'm like, no, I think in some weird, twisted way, she thinks I'm intelligent, Elon, and I think you do too. And he's like, no, I don't. I think you're rude, snarky American, and you're banned from my platform at once, Clark the Shark, at 1-800-449-8255. I'm like, Elon, you can go ahead and ban me at Twitter. I don't care. So in the end, Republicans and conservatives are just like liberals. You guys want to ban liberals. Is that what it is? And you think I'm a liberal. He's like, no. I know that you're a Republican, Sharky, but you're not GOP conservative enough. You have to be enough conservative. I'm like, okay, where am I going wrong, Elon? At 1-800-449-8255. He's all, you go wrong because you fantasize about that sick, twisted Kamala. I'm like, Elon, I wasn't doing that. That was Kamala doing that about me, and Taylor doing that about me, and all those girls in the South Bay, Redondo, Gardena, Torrance, Hermosa Beach, they were fantasizing about me. You know, that was on them, Elon. I wasn't even doing it. He's like, no, you're not dignified. You're not proper. I'm from South Africa. Matter of fact, I'm an African American. And you're banned from Twitter because you offend me. You're entitled, Clark the Shark, and you think you're so brilliant. And you're really not. And I don't care if KSFO wants to sign you. I don't care if some station in Detroit or Seattle
Seattle or Idaho or Colorado or Denver. They want to sign you and move you there and pay you for free. They won't even pay you. I don't even care. And I'm like, you know what, Elon, dude, I don't even fucking care what you think. You just made me curse, dude. I was going a whole show without cursing, and you've just made me drop a F-bomb, dude. How dare you, Elon? Come on my show, the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255, the fabulous, amazing, unbelievable, the #1 rated talk show in America. And you come on my show, Elon, and you have the audacity to tell me that KAMALA only wants me for my body and not my mind. And then you ban me from Twitter because I'm not conservative enough for you, Elon. And he's like, yes, I'm going to ban all liberals and Democrats to get even. I'm going to ban them. I'm like, you do that, Elon. Play their game. Don't take the high road. Go for it, bro. You teach those liberals and Democrats. You ban Adam Schiff. You ban Pelosi. See where it gets you, bro. Banning and deleting people. That's really smart. That sounds like something Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey would do. So you're going to stoop to the level of them, and you're going to ban even Republicans when they don't agree with Elon Musk at the fabulous platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Oh, it's so fabulous. It bans and deletes Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255 on the amazing Clark the Shark Show. Well, guess what, Elon? I don't care what you think of me because I still have KAMALA, and she loves me. What do you think of that, Elon? That's right, silence. I knew it. He's like, no, I'm just being dignified. I won't honor you with a rebuttal or a reply. I'm like, no, you won't, because you know you're wrong, and you know KAMALA loves me. 1-800-449-8255. Twitter bans 2 new shark accounts. I don't even care because KAMALA would never ban me, Elon. He's like, you, Clark, are twisted, and you are off my platform. A matter of fact, in the courtroom, I'm going to take out all the witnesses, and I'm going to take out all the evidence. I'm just going to convict you. I'm like, wait a minute, Elon, that's like what liberals do. Like, what, are you becoming a Democrat now? At 1-800-449-8255. He's like, I don't care, because when it comes to Clark the Shark, you bitter little troll, you little man, you little trap, you're banned from Twitter forever. Permanent lifetime ban because you're a conservative from Fox News or whatever, like Hannity, and you don't agree with us enough. I'm like, okay, Elon, where do I go wrong? Where do I not agree with you? He's like, it doesn't matter. We think you don't agree with us here, and you're banned forever from Twitter, X, whatever it's called. You are banned. You are a snooty, snippy little troll of a man. That's all you'll ever be, Clark the Shark. And I'm like, I don't care, Elon, because KAMALA doesn't think that of me, and she'll love me forever, Elon Musk. What do you think of that? And Taylor Swift loves me. 1-800-449-8255. I don't care what all y'all say now, because Clark the Shark, I'm the #1 talk show, #1 rated talk show in America. Me, Clark the Shark, better than Michael Savage, better than Hannity, better than Hush Bimbo, better than Jim Rome, better than that fucking douchebag Howard Stern, better than Morning Jerk and his wife, better than them, you guys, better than Mark and Brian, better than Kevin and Bean, whatever the fuck, dude. They would never ban me at any radio, because KAMALA is going to make phone calls, and she's going to get my show to #1, just like Willie Brown. At 1-800-449-8255, she can move mountains, she can move needles, because KAMALA loves me, Elon, and I don't care what you think, you snooty, snippy Brit or South African, whatever you are. He's like, I'm a genius, Clark the Shark. Do you know what a genius even is? I have 150 billion